Crazy bastards, what's going on? We're back here at the Kimball Kompound, wrestling with wrestling. SummerSlam predictions. Yes, here we go. Kickoff show. Starting it off with a B team versus the Revival. Now, B team is on a roll and they have a mass following. A lot of people love these guys. They are going to retain. They are money right now. And yeah, the Revival's starting to get a little bit of kickback on their size, and nobody really wants that throwback as much as they used to, which is kind of strange. I dig it, but the B team's on fire. Give it up to the B team, and they're going to retain their championship. And next up, we're moving on to Rusev and Lana versus Almas and Vega. Now, Almas and Vega picking up the victory here because of who? Aiden English is going to screw up again one more time. And then we will have an Aiden English versus Rusev match down the road to settle that score. Or maybe, maybe Aiden English saves the day and picks up the victory. But there's no belt on the line. It's the kickoff show. I just believe Aiden English is going to screw it up again, as he has been. And there's something behind this. And it's going to help Aiden English down the road. So hopefully, Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulick for the Cruiserweight Championship. Cedric Alexander is a tremendous athlete, awesome in the ring, but Drew Gulick, he has been dynamite. Seriously, winning the championship here. Title change for sure. Drew Gulick, he's just awesome, man. He's a character and a half, and it's time to do. That's the thing with Cedric Alexander. He's so good in the ring, but kind of bland outside of. So it is what it is. Will Elias finally perform the greatest song, or will he get interrupted? And my belief is he's going to be interrupted by his next feud down the road. He will get in probably a verse, whatever he's playing, or just the intro. A good lick, ready to rock into whoever he's going to have some kind of feud with down the road. Elias is growing leaps and bounds. The fans are behind him. He's going to be a megastar. He is right there. He's on the cusp. He's got a lot of momentum, and you can't stop that train. Let me tell you, it's going to be big for him. Then we're moving on to the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. The Bludgeon Brothers versus the New Day. New Day's awesome. So is Bludgeon Brothers. Bludgeon Brothers, they're going to retain their championship here. And the New Day, down the road, we'll see what happens with them. I love them as a tag. Well, it's three dudes. Come on, you're sort of cheating. But the Bludgeon Brothers are going to overcome the odds. And New Day down the road, they're going to have something big with maybe, you could say, Shield reunion. I don't know. Down the road, we'll see what happens. But they're going to clash with another three tag team. So that's just the way it's going to go. Because they've done it all. The Usos have done it all. So it's time for some change up with them. Something new. Finn Balor versus Constable Corbin. I like the Constable Corbin character. It's been a huge difference in his development. Seriously, with the microphone, talking, speaking, all that good stuff. He's doing a really good job. Changed up his look a little bit, and he's doing a really good job. I hate the fact that he, calling out the small guy, this or that. Hey, guess what? Finn Balor, he's like the same size as Shawn Michaels, and he was, a megastar. So is Finn Balor. He's a megastar. Finn Balor's going over here, and he's going to embarrass Baron Corbin for being the bully that he is. Maybe they should have called him Bully Corbin. I don't know. Bully Ray might already have some kind of lock on the bully character. It is what it is. U.S. Title Championship moving on. This, seriously, if you were to say this match 5 years ago, this would be the main goddamn match. It would be huge. And it still could be. It really could be. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy. Wow. Awesome characters. Awesome in-ring work. Jeff Hardy is just awesome and insane. My favorite, Shinsuke Nakamura, though, is also awesome and insane in the ring. And I think Nakamura retains. The Jeff Hardy fan of me wants him to win it back and maybe have a feud with Randy Orton. Remember that 30-foot swanton on Randy Orton back in the day? That was pretty goddamn awesome. But I don't know. Jeff Hardy's got his own deal going on, and there's talk of maybe a little bit of injury going on with him, and he's fighting through a lot of things. But it is what it is. Jeff Hardy's a rock star. So Shinsuke Nakamura. Keep the belt on Nakamura. You have many more options, with that belt on him. Jeff Hardy does not need a belt. You can put him with anybody. It's going to be a good match. Awesome stuff. He slowed down a little bit, but he has to. He can't do the crazy. What are you going to do? Have him dive off the goddamn top of a stadium? No, you can't do that anymore. Time for him to slow her down. And he's still having great matches, though. I miss those matches in TNA against Austin Aries. Woo! 2012, that was awesome. And then we're moving on to Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. 8 years in the making, and in order to make this last, it can't just be a one match and done. Hell no. These guys have a feud, and it goes back, and it is awesome. And in order to make it and keep it awesome, you keep the guy that is awesome with Miz. He's going to pick up the victory here, which we're going to lead into a few more matches, I'm sure, at big pay-per-views, and a lot of storyline going on between these two. And that's awesome. Very awesome. And in the end, Daniel Bryan will have his heyday, his victory over The Miz, and sending The Miz off into wherever. I'm sure it's going to be maybe into his second season of Miz and Mrs., or maybe a movie role, whatever, where he has to have some time off. But The Miz, he's a workhorse for WWE, and he has been for the last 8 years plus. So it's pretty goddamn awesome of him. We're moving on to the SmackDown Women's title. There's a lot of matches on this SummerSlam show, which is pretty cool, and I hope the matches get the well-deserved time that they all need. Don't come short. Don't, especially Miz and Daniel Bryan. That sucker needs a good 25 plus minutes. Let me tell you. And they're going to tell a story, and it's going to be awesome. So anyway, SmackDown Women's title, Carmela versus Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch looks like she's getting ready to turn heel, but I don't believe she will, and I do believe she's going to pick up the championship here. The first SmackDown Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. The fans love her. Everyone loves her. She's awesome in the ring. I've been following her since NXT, and yes, put the belt back on her, please, WWE. Then we're moving on to another title match, the IC title, Dolph Ziggler with Drew McIntyre in his corner against Seth Rollins with the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose, in his corner. So obviously somebody in the corner is going to get in here and cause some shenanigans, and there's a lot of talk of maybe Dean Ambrose turning on Seth Rollins finally, like Seth Rollins did to the Shield. I don't believe that's going to happen, and I do believe Seth Rollins picks up the victory here, taking that title, and maybe Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, they got a little issue going on. Maybe. But Rollins comes out of here victorious, in my opinion. Money in the Bank, briefcase on the line. Yes, the contract's on the line between Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens. Now, Braun Strowman has embarrassed Kevin Owens quite a bit. The monster has put his hands on Kevin Owens quite a bit, And I think it's time for Kevin Owens to get that payback, and he's going to take that Money in the Bank contract, picking up the victory here, and we'll see what he does with it, and that's my opinion. I hope it happens. You know what? As a fan, whoever wins this match, we're still winners. We are still winners because they're both awesome. And then we're going to move on to the Raw Women's Championship match against Alexa Bliss and Ronda Rousey. I think what we're going to get here, Ronda Rousey eventually will get the title, but not tonight. Alexa Bliss will get it. She will retain, and we're going to have that continuous, just slightly there, almost had it, just couldn't grasp it because of some outside something until WrestleMania. Just like Daniel Bryan, the year that he won the championship, it was just over and over and over and over how they screwed him over. But this is the time that they're going to do it. Ronda Rousey, they're going to screw her over many times until finally the fans are just ready to snap and break things, and then she gets that victory. That is the biggest, awesomest moment when you're right there, so close to ready to just shut the frickin' TV off or turn off your subscription to the WWE Network, and then somebody like Ronda Rousey picks up the victory like Daniel Bryan did. It was huge. So I think that's going to be the same way, and we'll see what happens. That's just my opinion. I hope it happens. Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 35 main eventing, because the Women's Revolution is this huge deal. I believe that's going to be the main event of WrestleMania. We'll see where it goes. And Rousey at the end, victorious, holding that belt up high and doing great things. She's leaps and bounds in a short period of time. Awesome. Then the WWE Championship. This something 5 years ago. Could you even fathom the thought of saying this? The WWE Champion AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. 5 years ago, everyone would say, bullshit, that ain't happening, that is not true, that is never going to happen. And here it is, it's SummerSlam. This is going to be a barn burner. They're going to tear the house down. They're going to burn everything down and have an amazing match. And AJ Styles is going to become victorious here, keeping his belt, moving on, going to exceed past CM Punk's title reign. That's fact. Maybe. Maybe. Could be. Shall be. And I hope so. 434. Goodbye. Yes, Brock Lesnar has surpassed that, but it don't count in the Universal Championship. This is the WWE Championship, and that's where we set a new standard because of the old era and the new era. Yeah, it is what it is. AJ Styles is the guy, and it's awesome. Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns again. Some people are getting a little bored with it, but let me tell you what. These guys tear the house down every time they're in the ring together, and it's awesome. And I believe this is the time that Roman Reigns does overcome the odds. Brock Lesnar finally moves on, although this has been rumored. WrestleMania and Greatest Royal Rumble. This is Lesnar's last match. And I like that. Keep us guessing. And probably will happen again where, he had another extension, but until when? You know, but I would much rather have a champion that is there, at least on the main show, at least every other week. Come on, give us a champion that's there. And Roman Reigns would be that guy, but if Roman Reigns wins Kevin Owens, if he is victorious, I believe he's going to cash in that championship. It maybe Strowman interferes as well. There's a lot of scenarios. Or even if Strowman won and he cashes in, they had that nice feud, Reigns and Strowman, and it is. I believe Kevin Owens, at the end of the night, is walking out of SummerSlam with that Universal Championship and have a feud down the road, maybe with Finn Balor or somebody. Definitely, that would rock. What do you guys think? SummerSlam. There's a lot of matches, and a lot of people complain that there's not enough wrestling on the show, so there's definitely going to be a lot of wrestling on the show, and hopefully we just have a great action-packed night, and we might not leave happy. But then Monday Night Raw, we could end up leaving really fucking happy if, you know, whatever happens that didn't happen the night before. Like Brock Lesnar leaving. A lot of people just go. Just go, please. We're sick of it. Anyway, guys, it's been a long time. I'm rambling a bit. It's been quite a while. I have not done a review in so long. Cheers. Glad to be back. And hopefully I'm going to do a few more of these. And yeah, it's been fun. I miss you guys. Miss you crazy bastards. Hit the thumbs up. Give me the answer to come back fully.